I'm going to tell you a story about my barn cat, Panthero. My dog is crying. He's quiet baby. He's a beautiful black feral cat that was abandoned at the barn that I now keep my horses at. It's self-care. It's just my two horses. I've talked about him before in other videos, but he took a really long time to warm up to me. I feed him dinner, and then he's a mouser. That's why he's there. He's extremely feral. He was afraid of me for over a year. And now I've been there 2 years, and now we are like best friends. He's rubbing against me. He's talking to me. He follows me around. I can call him from across the pasture and he will come. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, he started. There's a video about a healing that he and I did. He had a very large abscess on his face. I mean, huge. And we did a healing with homeopathics from a distance because I couldn't touch him. Now I might be able to put something in his mouth. I'm not sure I could even do that. But at any rate, we healed it and it burst and he was fine. His eye had been full of green stuff and it was awful. And I didn't know how I was going to get him to the vet, and it turns out we didn't have to. And after that is when he started, he knew that it was me, even though it didn't happen in his presence. It's just so amazing to me how this stuff works. So he trusted me after that. And he brought me a dead vole. It's a little rodent here in Northern Illinois. And I wasn't sure if that was a gift. I checked with a friend who knows cats better than me because I used to be allergic to them. I'm not anymore, though. Oh, that's a gift. It was the day after he was feeling better. And I thought, okay. And I waited for him to like take it, maybe eat it. No, it was for me. It was on my side of the barn where my trunk is. So I put it under a tree. And then sometime later, he brought me another one, just for the heck of it, right? And I said, Panthero, I don't eat these, so please don't bring me these. And he stopped for quite a while. And recently, a couple months ago, 6 weeks, a month, doesn't matter, but who knows when you're seeing this, right? But quite a time after that first incident of him bringing me things, he comes into the barn with a chipmunk in his mouth. I'm like, do you have to eat such big things? He said, wow, I've seen him hunt. He's like lightning. He's so fast. He's got a chipmunk in his mouth. I'm like, okay. And he puts it down in the barn, kind of in front of me. I was standing there, and it's still alive, which freaked me out. I could see it was like in shock and it was laying there, but then I saw it breathing. I'm like, what is going on? And it opened its eye and it jumped up and Panthero grabbed it again. And now he's torturing the creature. That's a human perspective. And I was in tears. I'm like, stop, Panthero. If you're going to eat it, kill it and eat it. He was chasing it outside. The little thing was jumping along and it didn't look injured yet. There was no blood or anything. But he kept catching it. And then he let it go and he'd catch it. And I was beside myself. So he did that. And I mentioned it to my level 2 animal communication class was going on at the time. And I asked him because, again, I don't know that much about cat behavior. I know behavior like you're peeing outside the litter box and we have a conversation and we usually solve that problem. I mean, I deal with domestic animals, but I didn't know why he was doing this and why he was doing it in front of me. That was the thing. That's what you do? Okay, but I don't want to watch this. And I told him that. So I was told that cats, when they're teaching their babies how to hunt, first they will bring them a dead animal, and then they will bring them a live animal like that, partially, kind of already captured. He was showing me, he told one of my students, I'm teaching her, but he didn't say specifically that's what we were talking about. So they decided, the people with cat knowledge said he was showing me how to hunt. He was taking care of me. And I said, oh, well. So I went back and I told him, Panthero, I appreciate that you are trying to teach me how to hunt, but I do not eat that. And it's upsetting to me as a human who does not eat that for you to be doing this in front of me. Please don't do this anymore. He kind of looked at me. I'm like, I don't know if he heard me. I usually speak to animals from a distance, not like right in their face with other stuff going on. So he did it again. About a couple days later, a week later at the most, here's another one that he's put in the middle of the barn, and he's torturing it again to my perspective. And now I'm angry. There's a moral to the story because they're telling me, tell him what a sweet guy he is, and thank you so much. And I'm like, yeah, I did that. Now I'm done. And so humans have, in my experience, humans have this way of putting animals on pedestals, like they can't do anything wrong, and they're much more spiritually advanced than us, and they're our teachers and all of it. I don't think they're more spiritually advanced. Some are and some aren't. And Panthera has definitely become my teacher. He's amazing. I mean, he's taught me not just about cat behavior, but about healing and about he's awesome. He's awesome. And sorry. And but this, it's like, I asked you not to do this. I have asked you not to do this. So I yelled at him. I yelled at him. And I can touch him. I touch him everywhere. We pet him and I poked him, didn't hit him. I just kind of poked his butt and said, get that thing out of here and do not bring that in this barn again. Do not do this in front of me ever again. I was so mad at him. He gave me the snake eye and he took it out. And I saw he let it go and it started to run away and he captured it and he killed it and he ate it right then outside. Okay. He heard me and he hasn't done it since. I've seen him one time he walked through the barn with one in his mouth, kind of looked at me, kept going right out the comes in the back of the barn from the pasture where he caught it. And he walked all the way through and just killed it and ate it out there. I'm like, thank you. So two things there. Don't think they don't understand. But it's like when I talk to animals, clients, I tell people for behavior stuff, I can't make them do anything. I can just explain the problem and what you want and what needs to be done. But he understood, fought it for a minute, and then when I got really angry, he decided it was worth doing what I asked to salvage our relationship. I mean, that's what it came down to. I was more important to him than him thinking I needed how to learn how to hunt. So again, that's the moral that they hear us, they decide what they want to do. I would have pursued it. This is not going to happen in front of me. It was very disturbing to me. And also that they're not perfect beings. They can be jerks. As you know, I mean, if you have animals in your house, they can. But it's okay to call them out on it. Um, I was kind like 3 times, and then it was like, hey. so, so anyway, that's my story about Panthero, the barn cat who I adore, and my little dog Ziggy, who's terrified of other animals. He was with an animal. He was rescued from an animal hoarder, so apparently had bad experiences. He and Panthera are starting to inch closer and closer to each other, so that's kind of cool. My 2 babies. So anyway, that's my story. I'm Pam Sorellis, Winged Horse Healing, wingedhorsehealing.com. You can comment below, or if you have any questions, or if you want to sign up for my mailing list, you can do that at wingedhorsehealing.com. And I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.